Hello everybody, my name is Bridie. Welcome back to the Yoga Coast channel. Today I have a Vinyasa flow for you to work with the Pitta Dosha. So we're going to get started down on our backs. Just extending the legs out long, placing arms down by your side. Just bringing the palms to face up. If you find discomfort in your lower back when you rest on your back, just bending into the knees, and you can just allow the knees to knock in towards one another to release any pressure through the spine. When you feel ready, you can close down your eyes. And first, just come in to observe your natural breath, starting to become fully aware of your body. The Pitta Dosha is a combination of the fire and water element. So this energy within us can be quite heated and fiery and sharp. So here, just setting an intention for your practice. Start to soften your edges just a little. Not only your physical body, but also the mind. A Pitta person can tend to be quite ambitious, also quite muscular and strong. So here, not trying to compete with the pose. Listening to your body, maybe holding back when you need to, without any force at all, finding that perfect balance of effort and ease. Noticing when the ego is showing up, letting it know when it's not needed. Having full control over what your body is trying to tell you, not what the ego is trying to say. Just finding one nice deep inhale here. And releasing out through the mouth. Just coming to hug both of the knees in towards the chest. And finding a gentle rock from side to side across the lower back. And taking the arms out into a T position, just placing the palms flat to the mat. Making that rock even bigger here as you start to drop both of the knees over towards the right, coming to roll to the outer edge of the hip. Not quite resting the knees to the mat, using the core, finding some activation here to hover the knees back through center. And exhale to hover to the left. Finding two more on each side. We inhale, hover through center. And exhale, floating to the right. Inhale, navel to spine. Exhaling to the left. Inhale, floating through center. This time as we exhale, come to hover over to the right and just pause in here for a breath in. And as you exhale, ground the knees all the way to the mat, finding a twist. Maybe take your gaze over to the left hand. Just gently drawing the left hip down towards the toes, keeping the left shoulder grounded. Full breath into lower belly. And active through the core as you inhale, rising the knees back through center. And we exhale, hover over to the left and pause. Take a breath in. And exhale, releasing the knees to the mat, finding our twist here, keeping right shoulder blade grounded. Drawing the right hip down towards the toes. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, rising the knees back to stack on top of the hips. And just releasing the soles of the feet down towards the mat, preparing for our bridge pose here. Arms come down by our side. The longest finger just brushes the backs of the heels. And pressing the palms, the forearms into the mat. Taking an inhale as you start to tuck your tail under. Feel the whole spine connect to the mat. And gentle switch on of the glutes as we come to rise the hips up towards the ceiling. Moving with our breath here as you exhale, reconnecting vertebrae by vertebrae back down towards the mat. He's starting to find that smoothness, that softness with the breath, letting each movement roll into the next, just like the breath as we inhale, hips come to rise. And exhale, releasing the spine. And keeping knees tracking in line with the hips. Gentle engagement of the inner thighs, finding one more roll here as you inhale, lift. It's coming to hold at the very top. We can keep the palms grounded or the forearms grounded. Maybe finding a bind, interlacing the fingers by the lower back. We can just gently walk the shoulder blades in towards one another, getting a bigger opening through the heart. Thinking about pressing the back of the heart through towards the front of the heart. And drawing the knees forward, down, beyond the toes. Lifting the hips that little bit higher, inhale. Then exhale, gently releasing your bind, releasing the spine to the mat. And on our breath in, taking the right foot up towards the ceiling, lengthening the leg long. And just grabbing hold of the back of the thigh, maybe the back of the calf, gently drawing the toes down towards the face. And then coming to release the right ankle on top of the left thigh, figure four pose, reclining our pigeon as the right arm comes between the gap of the legs. And just interlacing the hands behind the thigh, maybe in front of the left calf. A nice flex through both of the ankles here, drawing the left knee in towards the chest and sending the right knee forward towards the front of the mat. And keeping this figure four shape as you inhale, start to reach the arms overhead, releasing the bind. And on the exhale, starting to sweep the fingertips across the ceiling, tucking the chin, lifting the shoulder blades from the mat, strong through the core as you come to roll and rise into a seat. So here, finding square pose, stacking the right calf on top of the left, or we can just find a cross-legged position with the right leg in front of the left. Taking a breath in as you inhale, circle the arms high. Then exhale, finding a twist here, right hand to the left knee, left fingertips draw behind. Pressing into right sit bone a little bit more, keeping the hips forward to the front of the mat. And lifting the crown as you inhale. Maybe gazing over the left shoulder as you exhale. And inhale to unwind, float the arms high. Exhale, sending the palms behind, interlacing the hands by your lower back, roll and open through the chest, inhale. And exhale, hinging forward, knuckles come up towards the sky, letting the head be heavy, maybe grounding the crown of the head down. And on our out breath, releasing thumbs to the lower back, rising into our seat, releasing through the bind. Moving into Navasana, our boat pose, so we can keep the toes grounded, hands behind the thighs. Maybe you come to hover the calves parallel to the mat. Lifting the heart up and beyond the knees. We can hold here or reach the fingertips forward towards the toes. Keeping the breath smooth here, not trying to strain the body. Finding here that balance of effort and ease as though you're floating on the ocean in your boat. On our next inhale, lowering down to a dish pose, extend the legs, keep the shoulders lifted. Then as we exhale, drawing the knees back into the chest. Two more, inhale, float to dish, maybe you keep the knees bent. Exhale, knees into chest. One more, inhale, float to dish, holding here for your exhale. Taking one more breath in. Then releasing all the way down to the mat. Nice reaching arms up and overhead. Nice big morning stretch. And exhale, hugging both of the knees in towards the chest. And releasing the soles of the feet back down to the mat. Again, we prepare for our bridge rolls. As you inhale, tucking the tail under. Come to rise the hips, peeling the spine from the mat. And exhale, releasing all the way back down. 2 more rolls. Inhale each movement, falling into the next. And exhale, release. On this third round, we come to hold and pause at the top. Inhale to lift. This time, if you took the bind on the other side, we're finding the opposite interlace of the fingers. Again, maybe walk and adjust the shoulder blades closer towards one another to start to lift the hips a little higher. Press the heart behind, the knees draw forward. And try not to tense the glutes too much. One more inhale. And gently releasing the bind, reconnecting the spine back down to the mat. And as we inhale, left leg rises to the ceiling, flexing the toes towards the face. And then interlacing hands behind the legs, starting to draw the toes in a little closer. Keeping both of the hips grounded here. And releasing the left ankle on top of the right thigh, finding that figure 4 shape. Left hand comes between the gap of the legs, reclining our pigeon. Right knees drawing in towards the chest, left knees drawing forward. And releasing the interlace of the fingers, arms reach up and overhead. Inhale. Starting to find our core again here as we exhale, sweep the fingertips, lifting the shoulders, finding that roll up into our cross-legged seat or square pose. We can use the hands to help us get there too. Grounding into our sit bones as we inhale, circle the arms high. Then twisting left hand to the right knee, right fingertips ground behind the lower back as though you have a second spine, and start to press into the sit bones, reach through the crown. Maybe we start to gaze beyond the right shoulder. Deep breath in. And exhale, releasing back through center, rising the arms high. Inhale. Exhale, palms come behind again. Maintain the opposite interlace. Roll and open through the chest. Then exhale, hinging forward over the legs. Let the head be heavy. Just allow the arms to drop up and overhead. Releasing the thumbs back down to the lower back. Rising to a seat from here, starting to cross the ankles over, rolling into our tabletop. Finding that nice wide spread at the fingertips, knees are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders, and just coming to warm through the wrists, drawing circles with the shoulders around the wrist joints. And just pressing into our fingertips, starting to find our Hasta Bandha. Taking those circles back in the opposite direction. And releasing through center, sending fingertips back towards the knees, thumbs find the long edge of the mat. We can tuck the toes under here for extra support. Maybe we deepen this forearm stretch as we send our hips back towards our heels. And then releasing, coming forward, rolling out through the wrist, flipping to the back of the hands this time. Maybe you do one at a time. Thumbs now draw inwards towards the center of the mat. And again, we can keep the toes tucked under. If you want to deepen this stretch, it's quite strong. But you can draw the hips back towards the heels. And then once again, gently releasing, maybe giving the wrists a nice big shake. From here, we're moving into our high plank. Shoulders over the hands, tuck the toes under, press out through the heels, option to lower the knees down here. Finding a nice long line, a bit like a ramp from the crown of the head down towards the heels. Tail draws down towards the heels, navel draws in. Just allow the shoulder blades to rest in their sockets. Elbow creases face forward in towards one another. Taking an inhale. And as you exhale, come to hover the right knee just from the mat. Inhale, press back out through the heel, find length. Exhale, hover the left knee from the mat. Inhale, press out. One more each side. Exhale, right knee hovers. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee hovers. Inhale, high plank. Start to draw the weight forward. Exhale, ground the knees. Taking a breath in low plank. Then exhale, lower, hover chaturanga, elbows beside the rib cage. Pressing back to your low plank, inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. One more, inhale, press to low plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga, holding here, take a breath in. Then exhale, releasing all the way down to your belly, untuck the toes, rising to cobra as you inhale. Then exhale to release, tucking the toes under, pass through your tabletop, releasing the hips back towards your heels, just like an active child's pose. And starting to tuck the chin, ground the crown of the head, reach the arms behind for the heels, rabbit pose. As you inhale, lift through the hips. Nice big opening through the back, just drawing the shoulder blades apart. And releasing the hips back down towards the heels, re-extending the arms forward. Taking a nice big breath in our active child. And as we exhale, lifting the hips high, finding our downward facing dog. Just bringing the feet roughly hip distance apart, find a nice pedal through the heels. Wiggling out through the hips, give the head a nice big shake, make sure we're not holding through the neck. And moving into stillness here, notice how you can make your down dog into a resting pose. Just relaxing the shoulders, not locking out through the elbow joints, nice and soft. Pressing forward at the fingertips, feel that lift and rise up into the hips. And sending the tailbone down towards your heels. Ribcage draws in gently to hug the midline. And gentle activation through the inner thighs as you slightly internally rotate the legs. And on our next inhale, floating the right leg high, three-legged dog. And exhale, right knee to right elbow. And coming to step into our lizard pose, right foot outside the pinky finger, lowering the left knee down to the mat, untuck through the toes. Planting the left palm as you inhale, reach the right fingertips high to twist. We can hold here in our twist or start to find a bind, bending into the left knee, grabbing the outer edge of the back foot. Rolling open through the right shoulder, maybe dropping to the outer edge of the left foot to start to sink a little deeper into the hips. One more breath in. Then exhale, gently releasing the left foot back down. Right hand comes underneath the shoulder, tuck the left toes. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg high. And then exhale, tiger curl, knee to nose, send your weight forward into a plank. Inhale, right leg floats high. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, extend right leg. Exhale, knee to nose, stepping the foot through between the hands. Finding our warrior two, back heel grounds parallel to the back edge of the mat. Right knee on top of the right ankle as you inhale, cartwheel through the arms. Gazing over your front middle finger. And again, finding that balance of effort and ease. Can you start to soften your drishti, your gaze? Maybe the tips of the fingers start to blur. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. Give a bit of your weight to the earth and feel that rebound back into your body. And on our next inhale, flipping the front palm, reverse your warrior. Keep that nice lunge into the front knee. And exhale, extended side angle forearm to the thigh. Left fingertips extend up and overhead, finding a nice long line from the outer edge of the back foot to the left fingertips. We can hold here if you have a bind in your practice. Again, listening to your body, not your ego. Start to bring the back of the left hand to your lower back. Maybe you remain in a half bind, or we start to thread the right arm underneath the thigh, catching hold of the left hand. Rolling the left shoulder open, still sending the heart up towards the ceiling. Finding that softness here. Steady gaze, smooth breath. And if you have your bind, gently start to unravel as you inhale, reach the left palm. And exhale, dropping the chest over the thigh, come to frame the front foot, pivot on the back heel. Twisting here, reaching right arm high. And dropping to the outer edge of the back foot for side plank. Stacking or hovering right foot on top of left. Maybe grounding the left knee for extra support. Pressing up through the left hip. One more breath in. And exhale, releasing into your high plank. Inhale, draw the weight forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Rising cobra, maybe upward dog, inhale. Then exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Finding a nice deep breath in through the nose. Maybe release some of that heat building out through the mouth, cooling down your pitta. And inhale, left leg extends long, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow, stepping outside the pinky finger. We ground the right knee, untuck the toes, twisting our lizard, left arm reaches high, inhale. Option to hold here once again, or we bend into the back knee, grab a hold of the back foot, rolling the left shoulder open. Maybe we drop to the outer edge of the left foot, drawing heel in towards the glute. Deep inhale. And exhale, releasing the bind. Left hand comes back underneath the shoulder, tuck the right toes. Extending the left leg long, inhale. Exhaling, tiger curl, left knee to nose. We've got two more. Inhale, feel that transition of weight. Exhale to curl. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to the nose. Step the foot in between the hands, warrior two. Back edge of the foot parallel to the back of the mat. Cartwheel the arms high to rise. Again, aligning left knee on the ankle, checking for big toe inside the knee. We come to soften through the shoulders, have a little wiggle. Soften through the gaze. Releasing that urge for perfection and aiming for balance here. And as you inhale, flip your front palm reverse. And then exhale, extended side angle, forearm to the thigh, right fingertips reach. And starting to move into whatever option you took on the other side. We have the option for the half bind, palm to the lower back. Or full bind, left arm comes underneath the thigh and grabs a hold of the right hand. And opening the chest here. We can gaze to the left toe or maybe over the right shoulder. Two more breaths to hold. And if you have your bind, gently coming to release. Inhale, re-extending. Then exhale, dropping the chest over the front thigh, come onto the ball of the back foot, frame the front foot. Finding your twist here, left fingertips reach high. Preparing for your side plank, come to the outer edge of the right foot or ground into the right knee as we stack that left foot on top of the right. Pressing the left hip up towards the ceiling, reaching out through the left fingertips. Inhale. And exhale, left hand grounds, finding our high plank. Taking your flow here, exhale, lower chaturanga. Rising cobra or upward dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, full breath out. Finding a few moments in stillness here in your down dog. And inhaling, rising high on the toes, deep bend in the knees, gaze forward between the hands, step into your forward fold. Lifting halfway, inhale. Exhale to fold. Circle arms high to rise, inhale, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive, folding forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And finding our chair pose as we inhale, weight comes back into the heels. Knees track over second and third toe, hugging the front body into the back body, checking all 10 toes in front of the knees. Take a breath in. And then exhale, release, folding forward. And lifting halfway, inhale. Keeping the torso long, start to shift your weight into the right foot. As you inhale, floating your left leg high. Keeping the left hip drawing down towards the mat, all 5 toes flex down towards the mat. Inhale, press out through the heel, through the crown. Exhale, curl, knee to nose, fold forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curling knee to nose. One more round here. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg lengthen. And as we exhale, soften into the right knee, tapping the left toes behind for your runner's lunge. Planting into the palms, start to hug the right knee in towards the nose, dome the upper back. Then soften into pigeon pose, right knee to the right wrist. Tucking the back toes, maybe we find our deer here. Flexing through the right ankle, inhale, lift, hold. And as we exhale, either folding forward or starting to find a twist, bringing the right tricep to the sole of the right foot. Hands come to find prayer, thumbs draw to the heart, gazing over the left shoulder. And gently drawing gaze back through center, releasing the hands from your twist, bringing hands back underneath the shoulders, tucking under the left toes, lift the back knee again, we hug the right knee in towards the chest. Then stepping the right foot in between the hands, start to walk the hands over to the left, finding our surfer's lunge, back of the mat, bending into the left knee, grounding the right heel, all 5 toes showing up towards the ceiling. And bringing the left arm in front of the left thigh as you inhale, open and reach through the chest. Releasing the right hand down, starting to walk the hands forward to the front of the mat. Lunge into the right foot, preparing for your warrior 2. Inhale, we rise. And as you exhale, pivoting on the back heel, finding your crescent lunge, arms reach high. Releasing that right knee on top of the right ankle, press out through the back heel. Soften the shoulders, inhale. And exhale, palms touch, thumbs draw down to the heart. Inhale, lift through the crown of the head. And exhale, finding a twist here, left elbow outside the right thigh. Again, thumbs draw towards heart center. Maybe we gaze over the right shoulder. And starting to find your core here as you gaze down to your right toes, stepping forward into our twisted chair. Keeping the hips nice and low, keeping that left knee in line with the right. If you want to play around with your side crow here, starting to ground the palms to the mat, I'll come to face forward. We ground the hands, fingertips face align with the side of the hip. Lifting the hips high, send your elbow creases forward over the fingertips, then bend and hug the elbows straight back into the side body, creating a little bit of a shelf for the outer thigh to rest on. Drawing the inner thighs together, the heels together, shifting the weight forward, press into your fingertips to counterbalance. Strong through the core, find 2 more breaths to hold, whether we're in twisted chair or our side crow. And releasing the feet back down to the mat, meeting back in our twisted chair. Take a breath in. And exhale, release, folding forward. Lifting halfway, inhale. Exhale to fold. Ground the feet, arms rise high, inhale. Exhale, swan dive, folding forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale, weight to the heels, weight into the hips, arms lift high, take a breath in. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Keeping long through the torso. Weight this time transitions into that left foot as you come to float and hover the right leg long. Again, checking all 5 toes, track down to the mat. Take a breath in, we reach through the crown, through the heel. Then exhale, curl knee to nose, folding forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. As we exhale, soften into the left knee, tapping the right toes behind for runner's lunge. Grounding the palms, we start to release the left foot as we hug the left knee to nose, dome the upper back strong through the core. Then release into pigeon pose, left knee to left wrist. Ground the back knee, pressing the top of the foot down into the mat. Lifting tall as you inhale. Again, folding forward or joining me in that twist as we bring our left tricep to the sole of the left foot. Palms come to touch, thumbs draw in towards the heart, gazing over the right shoulder. And starting to bring gaze down, rising back through center, hands come underneath the shoulders. Tucking the right toes, starting to hug the left knee in towards the chest. Then releasing that left foot in between the hands, start to walk the hands over to the right, finding our surfer's lunge. Right arm comes inside the right thigh as we inhale. Left fingertips reach high, opening the chest. And exhale. exhale to release. Walking forward to frame the front foot. Back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Rising to warrior two. Inhale. And pivoting on the back foot, finding our crescent lunge. Lift the heel. Fingertips reach high. We start to lower into the hips, maintaining activation through the core. Find that softness here. You should still be able to wiggle in your crescent lunge as you just drop the weight again into the earth. Feel her support you with energy. We don't have to force it out of our own body. Taking one more breath in. Exhale, palms touch, thumbs draw to the heart. Inhale. And twisting right arm outside the left thigh, thumbs to the heart as we gaze over left shoulder or down to the left toes if we feel a little wobbly. We draw our gaze to the left toes, stepping forward to our twisted chair. Right knee keeps back in line with the left, meaning that hips are even. We're just twisting from the thoracic spine. Taking a breath in. Again, option for side crow. We can stay in twisted chair, or we start to ground the fingertips, reaching outwards from the long edge of the mat. Lift the hips, elbows hug straight into the side body as we come to float the feet from the mat. 3 more breaths to hold wherever we are. And gently releasing, toes back down, coming to meet into our twisted chair. Inhaling together. And then exhale, release, folding forward. Lifting halfway, inhale. Exhale to fold. And circling our arms high, inhale, palms touch. Exhale, thumbs to heart. Full breath in to hold here. Big breath out through the mouth, release the arms down by your side. One more inhale. Again, releasing some heat out through the mouth, exhale. Noticing the smoothness of breath, maybe feeling the heart beating. Feeling your energy moving through your body. And can you start to cool the body, slowing the breath? Softening the face, the jaw. And inhaling, arms float high. Exhale, diving forward. Lifting halfway, inhale. And exhale, option for one last vinyasa here. Stepping, floating back to your plank or chaturanga. And rising cobra or upward dog. And exhaling, hips high, downward facing dog. From here, just starting to soften the knees, finding our narrow child's pose here, untuck the toes, bringing the forehead down to the mat, fingertips back towards the toes, just let the shoulders be heavy, wrapping around the knees. And coming to lift and rise into a seat. Finding your knees or a cross-legged position, maybe grabbing any props or pillows that you need. We're just going to finish with some pranayama, finding our Shatali breath, also known as our cooling breath, just to, of course, cool off that pitta. So I'm going to do a demo to begin, and then we can join in together. How this works is we'll begin with a cycle of breath. We'll inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Then on our next inhale, we'll poke out the tongue and create a tube-like shape with the tongue. We'll inhale through the tongue as though we're sipping up through a straw. Then we release the tongue back inside the mouth, retain the breath for a moment, and then we release the breath back out through the nose. So as you breathe in through the tongue, you'll feel a cooling sensation come into the mouth. That will start to cool down the rest of the body. If you can't quite get that tube-like position with the tongue, maybe just pout through the lips, create a little hole, straw-like hole for the breath to get through. You'll get a similar effect. Just coming to close down your eyes, just let the shoulders be soft. Noticing the breath here. Noticing maybe the temperature of your body at the end of your practice. We start to cool off. So finding a cycle of breath in through the nose. Releasing back out through the mouth. And when you're ready, beginning to stick out the tongue, drinking the breath in. Release the tongue inside the mouth, retain the breath. And exhaling through the nose. That completes one round. We'll find 7 more. Inhale. When you've finished your last round, just let the breath come back to its natural rhythm. Observing any effects from your pranayama. Only a few short rounds. And choosing to remain here in a seated meditation, or just starting to make your way down into savasana. I'll let you know when it's time to end your practice. And if you have the time, as always, I invite you to stay for longer in your meditation or your savasana. If you do need to head off into the rest of your day or your evening, just starting to come back first to your breath, always using the breath as your anchor into your body. And from the breath, feeling the physical body, finding movement, taking little stretches and wiggles and making them a little bit bigger. Finding a roll onto your side. When you're ready, you can remain on your side or maybe rise to finish your practice in a seat. And here we'll take a nice deep breath in together, reaching the arms up and overhead, bringing the palms to touch. And exhale, thumbs come down to our third eye center, repeating in your own mind, I create my own reality. Bringing your thumbs to your lips, I speak my truth. And bringing your thumbs to your heart, I follow my heart. We'll seal our practice together with the sound of Om, cycle of breath to prepare, inhaling through the nose. Clearing the throat as you exhale through the mouth. There's a nice soft gentle Om here as you inhale through the nose. Inhale. And bowing our heads down in gratitude for our practice, for our body. Staying with this state of calmness, not jumping into your to-do list too quickly, letting that pitta take over. Just doing one thing at a time today. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed the class, do let me know of anything else that you would like to work on or videos you would like me to upload. And like and subscribe if you wish to continue to practice with me. Thanks, I'll see you soon. Bye.